And he's just like, yeah, I'm getting ready, you know, just taking a nap before I cut you open and take your baby out. No biggie. Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we're gonna do a makeup look, and I'm gonna do the no makeup look, and I'm gonna tell you guys my birth story, how things happened in the hospital, how long we actually waited, plans went left and right, and it was just a whole thing. So yeah, while I do my makeup, I'm gonna tell you guys, just ignore this red dot. So I just wash my face, so we have a bare face, and then I'm gonna show you guys my skincare routine. So I basically use this every single time I wash my face. It's a nice that thing, I don't know how to say that word, and it's a serum, and then I just put it on my face, and then I'll use sunscreen. This is the only sunscreen that actually works for me. It's like the liquidy one. I can't use the creams and whatever else because it just gives me pimples and stuff. So I just put the drops on my cheeks mainly because I have acne scars and stuff. So just there. And I put on the sunscreen. Okay, first thing I'm gonna use is concealer, and I use this around my eyes, my nose because I get like red here, and then my chin. And then I just let that sit on my face for a little bit. I just blend it upwards and down into my nose. The concealer that I use is the Revlon Color Stay, and this is the shade 002. It has like a pinkish tint into it because my skin is naturally pink toned, so that's why I use it. And also I'm looking here because there's a mirror. I take like a normal brush, and you see like the harsh lines over here and over here. I just blend it out. This is actually the brush that I use for foundation, so that's why I use it to blend, because then it just looks more natural. Take some and put it on my forehead. Okay, so basically I was 39 weeks pregnant, and the pregnancy was getting hard. Like sleeping at night, walking, like all of that stuff was just getting really hard. And like me and my husband actually wanted him to come, mostly me, on the 10th, and he came on the 11th. But we wanted him to come on the 10th because both of our birthdays are on the 10th. So we're just like, that would be cool. Like if my husband's on the 10th, I'm on the 10th, and he's on the 10th, it would just be like cool. I'm not superstitious or anything, so I don't believe in like, oh, numbers have meanings and whatever. I just thought it would have been cool. That's the only reason. So we contacted our gynae and we're like, hey, like I'm 39 weeks pregnant. Your baby has to weigh like a certain amount to be induced, because I wanted to be induced to have him on the 10th because he just wasn't coming. But he has to weigh a certain amount, and I have to be 39 weeks pregnant in order for that to happen, and that was all fine. So we asked him, and he was like, no, you can't do a specific day, like he can't deliver on a specific day. So we were like, okay, but he was like, no, he can do it for the next day. And I was like, whatever. At that point I was like, I need this baby out of me because it was getting a lot. Next step I do is I put my foundation. This is the Super Stay, I think it's a skin tint. It has vitamin C, and I think it also has that other ingredient that I couldn't say. Niacinamide, that one. So I put a tiny amount on my face. Also less now because we're doing the no makeup like look. So I'm gonna put even this. And I don't put on my forehead, but this is literally how much I'm gonna put. And then I like to rub it in with my hands. I don't know why, it just feels nice and it looks better. I'm gonna cover this up, don't worry. And once I put it on with my hands, I just go in with this brush again, and then I just pat it out. So basically, we get to the hospital on the 10th of May, and they induced me, and that process was horrific. It's so uncomfortable because they put the thingy all the way up,
how do I put this,
like there, and it's so uncomfortable. Like, it's the worst thing I've experienced in my life, probably. Well, second, I'll tell you guys what the worst was, because yeah. So they put it up, and then my gynae explained to us, like, okay, you'll probably have to wait. We give it like a day, 24 hours or so, and if nothing happens, like if there's no labor or anything going on, then we're gonna have to do a C-section. So my plan was to have a natural birth. Did not happen, but that was my plan. So I was ready. I was like, okay, cool, I'll go through labor for however many hours and whatever else, and I'll do all of that. I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not scared of that pain, basically. Yeah, so next step is to put some contour. Oh, first we're gonna fix this little thing here. We're gonna put some more concealer on that, and then I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. Yeah, any other blemishes like this one here, just let it sit for a little bit on my face. So cool. We in the hospital now, and nothing really happens for the first few hours. Like, I didn't experience any pain or anything like that. Just uncomfortable. I was just uncomfortable because they kept having to come check down there, and the way that they check is, yeah, they have to stick their hand up there every time they check. So that was fun. And then I'm not sure around what time, baby, what time did I actually like start feeling pain? 2 hours, somewhere around there, after they put that thing up, I started feeling pain. And like, they put a thing on your belly to check the baby's heart rate to see if they're okay, and then also to see what pain I'm experiencing. So now it's been a few hours, like I was just walking around the room and like breathing and stuff like that. And then the lady comes and she's like, to check if I'm dilated. So I didn't dilate anything. And she's like, that's so weird because you're experiencing pain but you haven't dilated. And I don't know how this stuff works, because it's my first time, duh. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be experiencing or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, I do feel pain. And she's like, the scale is 127 or something, and that's the pain that you're feeling, like that's the highest pain. And she's like, you don't even look like you're in pain. And I'm like, no, like it's sore, but I can handle it, right? So we're like all confused because I'm not dilating or whatever. And this is like the next morning. So I spent all that time like in that pain, only for it to be like 14 hours later and I haven't dilated. So it's a bit annoying. So the next thing we're gonna do is contour, and I use this palette. Don't mind it, it looks crusty. But I use this palette. I don't even... Beauty Treats Concealer Contour Collection. The lid is broken, but I use this one here. And I use like I don't know if this is a contour brush, but I use it because it's like that, and then you get the idea. So basically, I'm just gonna put the contour on my cheeks a little bit, and then not so much on my forehead. I'll put a little bit, but I won't do a lot. And then I'm also gonna bring it into my eyes to make it like that natural, no makeup look. So basically, the midwife says, like, I don't know what's happening, like you haven't dilated or anything. And we both just sat there like confused, like what is happening? I'm feeling pain, but why haven't I dilated? And then basically my gynae already had told us, like, if nothing happens then we have to do a C-section. So she's already putting like those plans in place, and she's like, okay, we're gonna have to do a C-section. The reason I don't want to do a C-section is obviously because I want to experience natural birth, but I'm also terrified of needles and like blood and stuff like that. I'm terrified. Like, I don't like nah, dude. But at some point I was just like, you know what, we're gonna have to do it because I want my baby to be healthy and like not in distress. Because another thing that she told us was, when you're experiencing a contraction, the baby doesn't breathe for however long that contraction is. They don't get air, they don't get oxygen basically to their system. So they're holding their breath while you're experiencing a contraction. And like if it plays out for too long, then it can put them in distress and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, we were just like, okay, we're gonna get a C-section then. And that process was really like, it happened so fast because we were like, okay, we still have a few hours. I think this was around 1 o'clock the next day, like, and I was contracting throughout the night until that point. It was, she told us at 1 o'clock, and then like literally less than an hour later I was in the room, the C-section room, which was just crazy to me. So me and my husband were like chilling. He was about to go get food, and then the lady's like, no, where are you going? Like, we're going to the rooms now. And I was just like, I have had zero time to prepare myself for this. What the heck? So then they brought in like a bunch of forms and stuff that I had to fill in. And bear in mind, at this point, she had already taken that thing out of my down there because there's no point. Like, I have to get a C-section now. But I was still contracting like a little bit. It wasn't as sore, but it was still like going on. Basically, she made me fill in the forms, and then my gynae showed up because his rooms were like on the other side of the building. So he showed up eventually, and he was like, are you ready? But he was like very nice about it because he gave me such a long time to try and do the natural birth, but then it wasn't happening. So he was like, okay, are you ready? It's gonna be fine, you're gonna be fine. Just basically motivating me to actually go through with it. And of course I had my husband there, and he was also like, it's fine, like as long as the baby's healthy, as long as you are healthy, then everything's gonna be fine. And I was like, yeah, I'm just scared of the needles. That's it. It's literally the only thing. Eventually we're done filling in the forms now, ready to basically go to the ward. I mean, not the ward, the room where they do the procedure. So they have to get me ready. What did they do? What did they do to me, baby? I don't remember. So they basically they put me in a different bed, and they were pushing me there. And then they gave my husband like the robe and the hairnet thingy. He looked so cute. You really looked so cute. Like, I couldn't stop taking pictures of you. But anyways, so they gave him like his outfit to wear and everything. And then I think at that point, like, we literally didn't even have time to tell our family like we're going in now. It just happened so fast. Like, because I was expecting, okay, let me tell them, let me call them and tell them like we're going into the C-section theater or whatever else. No, zero time to do that. Everything was just like go. So we get there. Before I tell you, the next thing that I'm gonna do is put contour on my nose, and just subtle amount, because this is like the natural whatever thingy. I'm gonna take a different brush. I'll use like, this isn't the concealer one, it's like a bigger one that I use, but I put the contour on like that. Like, I put it on my nose like that. So I just dip it, and then basically just do that And it's like you can't really see it. It's very subtle, but yeah. Since we're doing like the natural look, I'm just gonna put like a bunch of contour on my nose so that it looks like, I don't know, you'll see, like a sun-kissed type of look when I put the blush on. And then I'll just blend it just like that. I actually need to get like a darker contour thingy because my face is cool toned and this one is like more yellow, so it's warm toned. So it just looks a bit weird on my face, but yeah. I'm gonna put the blush on, and the blush that I use is this Bobbi Brown type blush thingy. It's in the shade Rose 10, and I use like quite a big brush for it, but it's because I can like dip it and like hardly anything comes on. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very pigmented, so you'll see it on my face like a lot. See? And I'm gonna bring it into my cheek so that I have that like natural sun-kissed look. Just like that. Into my eye also. And on my nose. See? Sun-kissed. And do the same to the other side. It looks crazy now, but I'm gonna blend it out. So then I take the foundation brush and then I just blend it all. And another trick that I know is like to take the brush that you use for your contour and blend it like with the blush. I don't know if that makes sense. So this is the brush that I use for contour. So I'm just gonna blend it like this. Mom break. So, is he gonna cry? Okay, baby. So, the most traumatic part of all of this was when the anesthetist, I hope I'm saying that right, when he gave me the needle in my back. That thing was crazy. Crazy. And baby, you didn't see how long it was, Name. But I heard from a friend of mine that she looked at it. I told the anesthetist, I was like, no, bruh, don't show me that thing. Don't even like let it come in my vision. But I heard from a friend that it's long. Like the needle itself is long. But anyways, I just remember like I was sitting on the bed because you have to sit up so they can put it in. Oh, by the way, this is Elizabeth Arden bronze powder that I'm putting on now, just to like kind of set the blush and the contour. So, I was like, yeah, don't show me anything. Literally, don't show me anything. I don't want to see any needles. I was scared. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really scared. So I was sitting on the bed, and then my husband was in front of me because I was crying. I was literally like sobbing in front. Like even before he put it in, I started crying. And then he put it in and it's just like, it feels like he's injecting the needle into your bone. And then your bone is like shaking and it's like painful. That's what it feels like. I know it's obviously not that. I don't know. But it's very sore. And very scary. And they took very long. Like it took like 2 minutes, but it was the longest 2 minutes of my life. Like I was just crying. Like it was crazy. And then once that's over, that's basically the numbing stuff. So you can feel like people touching from your waist downwards. Like you can feel them touching and like tugging and stuff, but you can't feel any pain. And it's the most weird sensation ever, because how am I feeling you touch me, but I can't feel a knife cut me open? It's like crazy. Also, I don't do anything to my eyebrows. Like I'll probably just brush them, but I don't like to put any like brush gel or anything like that. I used to put eco styling gel, but I don't do that anymore. I just leave my eyebrows and let them be. And they're both completely different shapes. So yeah, that's why I leave them. That happened, and then obviously started feeling numb. And then they lay you down, and then they like basically put a cover so that you can't see the doctor cutting you open or whatever. And then my husband was like standing here, like holding my hand while I'm going through the whole process. And a funny thing that actually happened, I feel like God like gifted it to me basically. It was when the guy was still putting the needle in my back. My gynae was in the corner like taking him out. And we just like, me and my husband looked at each other and we just started laughing because it was like the funniest thing ever. And he was just like, yeah, I'm getting ready, you know, just taking a nap before I cut you open and take your baby out. No biggie. It was like a flex. Do you remember? It was such a cute moment because it actually helped calm me down a little bit, just a tiny bit. So yeah, and then I was like asking them questions because I was scared and nervous. I was like, am I gonna feel it? Like, am I gonna feel when you cut me open? And then he's like, no, you just should feel some tugging. And then the room went quiet for like 2 seconds, and I was like, are you cutting me now? And then everyone's like, so you already cut open. And I was just like, what the heck, guys? Okay, thanks for telling me. Literally after that, we had this nice pediatrician, like she was taking photos from for us, because obviously we both want to experience it and be there. So she was taking pictures, and we have like a lot of beautiful pictures now thanks to her. So she was amazing. And then they basically have to cut through like layers in your tummy, which I didn't know. I didn't know this. I thought it was just gonna be like one cut, open, baby comes out. But there's like layers that they have to go through. I think it's 7 layers, hey? Yeah, I researched the other day. It is 7 layers. Yeah. The lady was like, the pediatrician was like, he's on the last layer. And then I was like, okay. And at that point, you still can't believe, like, well, I didn't believe there was an actual baby inside of me until he came out. And we were both just like, me and my husband were there, were like, what? Okay, it's real? What? And then, yeah, he came out. It was the most beautiful thing ever, like, the most beautiful experience ever. Just like seeing his little person face, if you know what I mean, like he's a whole person. And then they put him on my chest, and at that point we were just like looking, me and my husband were just like looking at him like, wow, God did that. Crying, yeah, we were crying in tears, ugly tears. You did cry the most. He cried the most. I tried to cry, but I think, I don't know, the medicine probably had something to do with it. But I think at that point, like, my motherly instincts were already taking over. Like, oh, I need to hold him. I need to take care of him. So there was no crying that, like, could be done. It was just, like, take care of him. Yeah. So then they let me hold him for, like, a good minute. Like, how long? Like, maybe 5. No, less than that. It was probably, like, 2 minutes to let me hold him. And then they had to, like, go take his measurements and stuff like that. So they took him, my husband went with them, like just to like a table, like literally right there. And then they were closing me up. This experience was really crazy for me, like really scary, because I think like at some point I started feeling nauseous, and I was really lightheaded. Like I couldn't like focus on one thing for like too long. And it was really scary. It was really, really scary. Because I kept on like zoning out, and like I don't really remember much, but yeah, it was scary. And that was when they were closing me up and everything, like putting the stitches and stuff. But it was over with within like a few seconds, so it was nothing major. So they rolled us out, And then after they closed me up, and then we went to like this little like waiting room so that he could like feed from my breasts. Am I allowed to say that word on the internet? So yeah, he was feeding from my breasts, and then we called like my husband's mom, we called my stepmom, my dad. Yeah, we video called them. We have like recordings of that. Like it's really cool. They were shocked because like I said, the whole C-section thing happened so fast that we weren't able to call anyone or tell anyone like, yo, I'm about to have a baby. No. And the C-section took like less than 10 minutes. The whole experience took less than 10 minutes. So yeah, we phoned them and then they were really excited. And then they came over to the hospital, which was really, really nice. Like everyone just showed up and it was just like really nice. And they all got to see him and they got to see me. One thing that I will say that was like crazy about this whole experience was I got the shakes, like I was shivering. It was like I was freezing after like a few hours later, like I got the shivers and I was just there like shaking like crazy. But yeah, the only not so nice thing was really the needles, and then everything else was cool. And then obviously like the healing process after with the stitches and everything, that's a whole journey on itself. I'm just grateful that like he's healthy and he's here. So I don't know if you can you hear him in the background? Maybe. Yeah, he's drinking milk. Maybe you can hear him. Anyways, yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows just according to the shape and then like not do anything major. And then I'm gonna put mascara on. If I didn't mention like any products, I'll just put them down below and you guys can see. Okay, mine's the mascara container, cause what? But yeah, it's just normal black mascara. I like to like bring it out like that, so that it kind of like goes that way. But yeah, I don't, you get what I mean. And then just for the like natural look, I use this kind of see-through red like lipstick. I don't know. And then yeah. So I use this LA Girl Pro Powder. It's white. I don't use like a colorful one. I actually want to try the pink one though. But yeah. So I just put under my eyes. And then on my chin. Oh.
Smelling
And then I don't let it sit for long. It actually went up my nose. This stuff smells bad, bro. It smells like you're gonna die. And I don't keep that on for long because I don't want to be looking like a ghost. So I literally just do it immediately. I think I'm gonna add some more blush to my nose. Yeah. Oh, baby. I'm just fixing it up because it looks kind of crazy. Okay, this is the finished look. No makeup look.
She is the sexiest man in the world.
With like the natural blush and all of that. Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, wait, no, that was weird. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.